Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari 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 Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari 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 Jaya Vishwapad Parhamsa Pariprachakacharya Shotru Shri Srimad Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai BBT Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jaya Vishwapad Parhamsa Pariprachakacharya Shotru Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 10, Chapter 12. 25-26 verses 25-26 10, 12, 25, 26 Itham mithotathyam atajjña bhashitam shrutva vichintyeti mrishayate raksho viditva khila bhutarit stita swanam nirodhum Bhagavan Manodadhi. Translation by His Divine Grace Abhayacharana Aravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Shri Krishna, who is situated as Antaryami, the Super Soul, in the core of everyone's heart, heard the boys talking among themselves about the artificial python. Unknown to them, it was actually Aghasura, a demon who had appeared as a python. Krishna, knowing this, wanted to forbid his associates to enter the demon's mouth. Tavat pravishtastav asurodharantaram param na girna shishyavasavatsa pratikshamanena bakari veshanam hatasva kantasmarenena rakshasa. In the meantime, while Krishna was considering how to stop them, all the cowherd boys entered the mouth of the demon. The demon, however, did not swallow them, for he was thinking of his own relatives who had been killed by Krishna and was just waiting for Krishna to enter his mouth. Om Ajnanatimirantasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukham karoti vachalam pangullam gayati girimyat kipātam vande Shri Guru Dinat vanchakalpatrasya kipāsindhu cha patitānam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna, who is situated as Antaryami, the Super Soul, in the core of everyone's heart, heard the boys talking among themselves about the artificial python. So today being Srila Prabhupada's disappearance day, and literally few minutes, 20 minutes before, they celebrate Srila Prabhupada's passing, departure to the spiritual world in Vrindavan at 7:15. I thought it was 7:37. But yesterday I read it was 7:15. So just a few minutes back, Srila Prabhupada actually performs his pastimes, his last pastimes, his leela on this material plane, and then goes back home, back to Godhead. And so the verses which we are speaking about, Srila Prabhupada actually translated. These are one of the last verses, because after this the chapter comes up, Brahma Vimohan Leela. Prabhupada actually gave his purports to that chapter, the last. Today I was listening to Radhana Maharaj's class, and then he was mentioning, actually I'll start with this one. Bhakti Charu Maharaj, yesterday I was listening to one of his classes, maybe 2006 or something, because I knew I was going to give class today. So Maharaj was saying one thing: it is unfortunate that the Indians can't understand or couldn't understand Srila Prabhupada's greatness when he was on the planet. And even today, he is like, it is very unfortunate, he says. And he repeats that word again and again. Why very unfortunate? Because they just can't, Maharaj said that it's like sheep mentality. They just walk like sheep, they just follow like sheep. Wherever the Western world went, that's where the Indians went. And even today, we over here sitting in Arizona, we are also those kind of people. And that's why appreciation for Srila Prabhupada is something very rare even amongst Indians, even amongst Indian devotees. Only very exalted, it is very rare to actually find that attachment. And that's why the initial thing which is given to us is that we should get attached to Srila Prabhupada. Yes, Krishna comes later, ISKCON is first, and Srila Prabhupada is first for us. Because naturally speaking, yes, we are Krishna, we know Krishna, we know what is the spiritual, somewhere we have heard, even before coming to ISKCON, that what is the spiritual world, what is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And hence, he was mentioning that because even when I actually started coming to the temple, you look at Srila Prabhupada and you think that, yeah, he's one of the saints. And then you go straight away to the altar. Yes? And my friend used to actually show that, he used to bow down. And I'm like, first of all, you bow down sideways. So I'm like, that's weird, first of all. And then, but he's bowing down to this person. Maybe he's like, one of the great saints, like we have Tukaram Maharaj and all that in Maharashtra. But Srila Prabhupada is somebody is like, we cannot even fathom what kind of glory. Yes, we sing Ebeshe. What is that? Ha Prabhu karo daya, deho more padachay. Ebe jashe gushuk tribhuvana. Radha Govind Maharaj says that what does that mean? What does that mean? In the three worlds all over the universe, His Gungan is done, His glories are done. The aim of life is to glorify Krishna and His devotees. And Maharaj yesterday was mentioning that verse where, from Padma Puran, Mam Bhaktya, like the worship of my devotee is much better than me, I would prefer the worship of my devotee. And Maharaj was saying that glorifying his devotee and following his instructions is the aim of our life. And that's why Bhakti Charu Maharaj was saying again and again, it is unfortunate that we as Indians could not identify, could not recognize, could not appreciate. Very few, like Loknath Maharaj, Bhakti Charu Maharaj, Gopal Krishna Maharaj, very few. But other than that, even today, because, why? It's because we do not know what Prabhupada has given us. That's one of the issues, We do not recognize what is Srila Prabhupada's contribution, how much effort he did, and even after taking so much effort, what does it mean to actually be, in ISKCON? That itself is not known. Yes, initially we just know that yes, we have to chant, we have to go back home, back to Godhead. That's it. Where is Srila Prabhupada in the picture? Yeah. He just told us to do it. But to give the highest to the lowest is something unimaginable. Krishna adjusts all the religions of the world to actually give them opportunity to actually somehow or the other pay attention to God. Yes, if you can't do this, do this. Yes, in Bhagavad Gita he says, if you can't do this, totally surrender unto me. If you can't do this, then you support the people who are surrendered. And then try to follow how much ever you can. If you can't do this, then be a well-wisher of those people. If you can't be a well-wisher, just be a nice person. Yes. So if you see, now that I think about it, somebody who actually told me about this is how that verse connects to that part. How the other religions of the world are actually made up is because of all these levels. You getting my point? It's because if you just be a good person, yes, that is a general norm of all the basis of all religions. Yes. Why? Because Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says that He has done that system. If you can't give up meat eating, okay, then follow these rules and then eat the meat, Okay, even if you can't do that, then at least just, pray so many times a day. Yes. It becomes stricter and stricter. Why? Because Krishna cares. Yes, He is our eternal well-wisher. And similarly, Srila Prabhupada, who comes to the material plane, He is our eternal well-wisher. And that's why we do not know what it means. We just think that He is just one personality who comes and actually, it's fine, technology was there. Some people say that, technology was there, that's why He could do it. No, it's not because of that. It's not because of that. We are not an institution just to promote Hinduism. We are not Hindus. We are ISKCON devotees. There's a difference. We are Hare Krishna devotees. Hindus are lower class people than us. It is ISKCON devotees and Hare Krishna movement. Why? Because we attempt to go back home, back to Godhead. Today I was listening to Radha Govind Maharaj's class, and he was saying in Kashyapa Muni tells to Aditi during the Bali Maharaj Prasanga, the pastime of Bali Maharaj and Vamana Dev. And he says, actually Aditi mentions that, you do Payavrata. He says, do the Payavrata, then Krishna will be pleased and then you'll get whatever you want. And then Vamandev will come and do all that stuff he has to do. But Radha Govind Maharaj over there pauses and he says one thing. What if Aditi says that, it might take long, Vishnu takes a lot of time to actually give, blessings and all that stuff. So then why not ask the demigods? Why not do somebody else's? Why not Lord Shiva? Why not Lord Brahma? Even they are gods. Why Vishnu? And then for that, he repeats the glories of the Lord and he says that eventually, even Maharaj yesterday, he said this one thing, eventually it is going to be in suffering. If you are going to worship demigods for any material gain, it will end up in suffering. Guaranteed. Why? Because the attempt is to do sense gratification. A sense gratification will always end up in suffering. Whoever we are, whether somebody sitting on the Vyasasana or not, it does not matter. We will suffer. That is guarantee which Krishna gives. Dukhalayam ashashvatam. Why? How will a person learn if he is not taught a lesson through that attachment? Correct? For a diabetes person, for a person who eats a lot of sugar, will the Lord give him a cut on the foot? And then he'll understand that, I have to give up sugar. No, he won't understand that way. When will he understand? If he gets diabetes. That's when you start restricting sugar, right? That's how your karma is, right? You used up all your karma to eat sugar and now you got diabetes and that's why you're restricted now. That's how Krishna is trying to force us, that you can't eat anymore. So the point is that from our sense gratification, if we do not get frustration, then we will never learn from it. We will never learn from it. And that's how the material world is set. The more we are attached, the more we suffer. Yes? Why? Because that's how Krishna is telling, dude, understand, it's not going to work out for you. Don't do it. And then that's why he's saying, Kashyapa Muni says that it doesn't matter. It is useless to actually worship because you're going to suffer in the end. Rather worship Krishna or worship Vishnu. Yes? Because why? Because Vishnu will do what is best for you. And eventually go back home, back to Godhead. The thing is that at that moment when he said it, I was thinking, because Maharaj just finished his offering and I was listening to this class, and then it's very awestruck that how Srila Prabhupada is so strong. In Bhagavad Gita, Mayavadis, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. How strong. And on the basis of being that strong also, give up demigod worship. You don't have to worship them, because if you worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, everything will be done. So in a way, Prabhupada actually helped us avoid suffering in so many levels. Otherwise, what would we have done? We would have worshipped. Yes, eventually what we would have asked for? Sense gratification. And we would have been a normal person on the street who suffers till the end of his life. Not even a source of happiness. Yes. It is said in this material world, what kind of happiness is there? That picture is shown, right? The person, and then he's, on the branch, and then what happens? Then there's a bird. The honeybees are actually there. Then what is it? The snake is there. Then the crocodile is there. And so many things. And he's stuck. And then when he gets one drop of honey, he feels very happy. That this is so much happiness in this world. But Prabhupada actually did not come to give us that one drop. Yes, he gave to give us Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. He came to give us the ocean of bliss. Yes. Today, whether we are connected in a material way or a spiritual way to ISKCON, we will be purified. Yes. Guru Maharaj was saying, Maharaj said this very wonderful thing today in offering to Srila Prabhupada. And he was quoting Malti Devi Prabhu. He was saying that she was the one who can give up her life for Srila Prabhupada. Yes, there are many people who give up lives for many other people. Yes, people give up their life for their family, friends and everything. But there is a big difference to give up your life for Srila Prabhupada. Why? Because it is spiritual. We will go back home, back to Godhead by doing that. But if we give up our life, maybe for a nation, yes, that's good. Maybe for a family, awesome. Maybe for loved ones, yes. But where will you take birth? Again in the material world. Guaranteed. There is no mukti. Sure shot. Somebody was saying that, he lived a very normal life. He lived a very nice life. He helped everybody. He gave in charity. I'm very sure he's got mukti. It does not work according to us. It works according to Krishna's laws. And Krishna says, Antakalecha mameva smarana mukta kalevaram. Only and only by surrendering unto him, then only one can have liberation. Maybe the Mayavadis try, but they only go to a platform from where they again fall down. Only a devotee is successful. And we can't even imagine. Prabhupada actually came to set us to that path. Not only just liberation. It's not only just Vaikuntha. It's beyond Vaikuntha also. Even the Vaikuntha Vasis cannot understand what is Braja Bhakti. There are 3 levels of Vaikuntha Vasis. First, Vaikuntha Vasis are the ones who do not know that there is other lokas other than Vaikuntha. The second one is they know, but they are not affected. They are like, we don't want to, they are averse to it. It's like, no. It's like we are little knowledge here. And the third one, they are situated in their own mood. Plus, they appreciate whatever the mood of the Brajavasis is, in Golok Vrindavan, in Ayodhya. And that's why Prabhupada did not even come to give us that. He did not come to give us Ayodhya. Yes, not even Dwarka, it's Golok, right? Not even Mathura. Yes, and not even all the Babas in Vrindavan. No, he gave us something which is totally different than whatever they are practicing in Vrindavan. We might think it is the same. It is not the same. They cannot attain what Prabhupada is come to give. Because why? They are not in Anugami to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yes, Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the one who can give Srimati Radharani's love. Nobody else. Why? Because Krishna can only give Srimati Radharani's love. Only Srimati Radharani in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can give. It's impossible otherwise. Haldar Maharaj says, bring them to me, I will tell them from Shastra, this is reality. Others can go to Braj in a different mood. But Srila Prabhupada came to give us what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give us. And that's why he writes, Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine. It's Gauravani Pracharine. It's not Krishnavani. It is not any other specific mood of God. It is specific to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yes. And as we start advancing in bhakti, we start seeing what rarity we have, what rare opportunity we have. Maybe we might not be able to take it. Like me, it's just so difficult to practice all of it. Agreed, we are fallen. Agreed, I am fallen. But the thing is that Maharaj says this one thing, and this is where it comes up. And that's where the hope comes up. He was saying, Malti Prabhu will give up her life. She was ready to give up her life for Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada was quoting her. And Prabhupada says in return that, she wants to give up her life for me and I am ready to give my life for her. A guru saying that for a disciple, it's unimaginable. And then Maharaj says, moves ahead in the front and he says that Prabhupada was so merciful to all his disciples that even after they swayed away from Krishna consciousness, they got into whatever nasty things which were there out there, which are still okay, it's still sin. But Prabhupada never forgot them. He came back and they went back home, back to Godhead. There are so many instances when Prabhupada came back. And Maharaj was saying, any service we do to Srila Prabhupada, to his movement, Maharaj said that Prabhupada is never going to forget that. He will eternally be grateful for that. And that's why when we consider Srila Prabhupada, it is not just one personality who's just sitting over there, he's a founder of ISKCON and that's why we appreciate him. No, it's way beyond human perception. And that's why Bhakti Charu Maharaj was like, Indians they are following the West like anything, they do not even know. And that's why Prabhupada had to go to the West, just to prove all of us that no, there is something more. I was thinking that we are not those people. But then to really think, we are appreciating Srila Prabhupada because what he did, right? Not for his message. Initially it's all about, oh, how great he is, he did this, he did that. Because we are so useless and uselessly accustomed to being, habituated to this material conditioning of enjoyment, of skyscrapers, of big houses, of big cars. We cannot understand what Prabhupada came to give us. And that's why the surrender to Srila Prabhupada is something rare. Yes. We come from a background of Hindus and then, okay, very nice. Then we chant Hare Krishna. Yes, we listen. But attachment to Srila Prabhupada, totally different thing. And that's why all his disciples made sure that they give us lectures, they give us so much that we will understand someday that what Srila Prabhupada has done for us. If Srila Prabhupada wouldn't have made the journey, what was the problem? He's an old man. His Guru Maharaj would have understood, right? He can't do it. 70 years old. What is the problem? But why did he take the effort? He didn't take the effort because he wanted to be glorified over here right now. No. He took the effort for us because he is our eternal well-wisher. Why did he travel the whole world? It's for you and me. It's not for somebody else on the street. Yes, obviously for everybody. But especially for us. Especially for us. He's not like the other saints. No saint has done this kind of a miracle in the human history. In all of human history. In 5,000 years. It's not possible what Srila Prabhupada has done. It's nowhere possible. No, it is not humanly possible at all. In 10 years. Maharaj was saying that so many of the devotees over here are much more grown up, are much more senior to what they were when Srila Prabhupada actually left. Running this whole temple, takes so much effort. And that too with so many people who are becoming mature. Yes, at least age-wise. Yes, they are senior in their management positions, in their companies, this and that. And that's how people are able to run this thing. But Srila Prabhupada took which people? Which people came forward? The hippies. The people who are utterly useless. Very rarely elevated people came. And when they came, obviously they took it up. And Prabhupada says, now these educated people are taking up this movement. Yes. These hippies ran the whole thing. And Maharaj was saying, they were not even senior. They were not even 10 years into the movement. Because Prabhupada was only here for 10 years. And every few years he would get sick. And the last 2 years, he said that, I want to give up. My thing is done. I need to go. My time is up. I will fast till death. Bhakti Charu Maharaj says they went to Rishikesh. And it will be nice, they said, Prabhupada will take you to Rishikesh. And they took him. In the and there were so many videos are there. And Bhakti Charu Maharaj says that he was the servant, at night, 12 to 2, I think he was saying. Somebody needs to be always there outside Srila Prabhupada's room, whatever, if he needs something during his translations, which we are reading today. And he calls Bhakti Charu Maharaj. And he says, I'm just paraphrasing. Maharaj was saying that Prabhupada said, it's done. I need to go to Vrindavan. I'm going to give up my body. Everything is done for me. And Bhakti Charu Maharaj shook so badly because you can never imagine something going away from your life. Yes. We see the passing of one devotee makes such a big thing for the whole community. Imagine Srila Prabhupada actually leaving his disciples. And he's telling, it's time, I have to leave. Let's go to Vrindavan. And in the morning, he woke up, Tamal Krishna Maharaj, he woke up others, that Prabhupada is saying he wants to give up his body in Vrindavan. They thought, Then Prabhupada in the morning also told. And then they packed up everything. In Vrindavan, the devotees were so happy that Prabhupada is back to Vrindavan. They were so happy, big kirtan, big everything. And soon after Prabhupada arrival, and then he said, everybody got to know that he is going to give up his body. Their joy became so morose, they became so sad. That how can he even say that? The word quickly spread all over the world. Telegrams and everything. That Prabhupada is going to give up his body. Prabhupada is going to give up his body. Kirtanand Maharaj, so many GBC members, they were all called. They were coming one by one, and all crying, all praying. Prabhupada, no, please do not go. And then in all of that, it's like Bhakti Charu Maharaj says that they were all coming one by one. Kirtanam Maharaj was begging, please, Prabhupada, you are a pure devotee, we cannot control you. You are independent. If you tell Krishna that you want to stay, he will listen to you. We cannot pray for you. Because Krishna won't listen to us, he will listen to you. So then he was saying that, okay, let me pray. Prabhupada said, okay. And then the whole pastime happened. And then Prabhupada said, okay, he was telling his god brother, see how much they are attached to me. Because Kirtana Maharaj was crying and crying. Nobody, every single person who came was crying. And Bhakti Charu Maharaj once says that he and Prabhupada were sitting, and then he's like, only they both were there, and Prabhupada is like, what is the use of me eating? Why do you cook for me? I don't even have the appetite. Because Bhakti Charu Maharaj was every day cooking. What if Prabhupada wants today? What if he has appetite today? But Prabhupada was like, one day he said that, why are you cooking? Don't cook for me. This is a body, a set of bones in skin, in a bag of skin, he was saying. A set of bones. What is the use? Do not cook. Why are you wasting your time? There you have so many other services. And then he said, Prabhupada, maybe if you have the appetite, what if you feel like eating? Then it's ready for you. And then Prabhupada is like, no. Maybe what if you feel right? If you feel okay and your appetite comes back and you feel healthy, then you'll eat. And Prabhupada says the most dangerous thing. He says that I will feel all right when I give up this body. And Bhakti Charu Maharaj collapsed and he started crying, sobbing like anything. Why would Prabhupada say these words, Again and again he was telling all his disciples, yeah, this body, dehantara prapti, dehenosmin yatha dehe, kaumaram yavanam jara. It was hurting his disciple like anything. But Prabhupada again and again saying those things. Why? Because he wanted to say, then all these great souls, they say that it's because Prabhupada wanted to teach us that no, And then he says to Bhakti Charu Maharaj, didn't I tell you? Have you forgotten what I have taught you? Yes? Are you not reading my books? Jai Srila Prabhupada. Are you not reading my books? Are you not paying attention to my teachings? And then Bhakti Charu Maharaj couldn't control. Nobody was able to. So one day, Bhakti Charu Maharaj, because he had not eaten for 2 weeks, I think, Prabhupada. Not drinking also anything. He was just fasting. He was really about to give up his body. And then he was sitting on the roof of his courtyard, And then he and Bhakti Charu Maharaj was there. And Prabhupada, after 2 weeks, he says, go and ask in the deity kitchen, for Krishna Balram kitchen, what are they cooking for Krishna Balram today? Rajbhog. Bhakti Charu Maharaj went and asked. And then he came back, Prabhupada, they are cooking samosas and kachori. Oh, samosa and kachori. Go and bring some for me. It wasn't even bhoga. It wasn't even prasad. They're still cooking. Bhakti Charu Maharaj got so happy. Prabhupada is asking to eat. He was so happy. He ran. And then Tamal Krishna Maharaj and Bhavanand Maharaj, they both were there. And he ran between them. And they're like, why are you in a rush? What happened? Because he got worried. Every single thing which was happening in Vrindavan is worryful because Prabhupada, very independent. So then he said that no, Prabhupada is asking for samosas. He wants to eat. And then Bhakti Charu, no, you cannot give him samosas. How can he digest? How will he digest? It will keep him up during the night. How will he digest? And then Bhakti Charu said, no, but he said it is the order of him. He wants it. And he ran. He didn't even listen to what Tamal Krishna Maharaj said. And he didn't even look at him. He ran. He took samosas and kachori. He took Prabhupada's plate. He went downstairs. He took Prabhupada's plate. He went to the deity kitchen. He took samosas and kachori. He ran to Srila Prabhupada. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj and Bhavanand Maharaj, they were looking at him so mad. And then they were looking at Prabhupada, and Prabhupada took. It was very hot, right? When he's breaking and he's eating. And he ate everything. He's eating one, two. And Bhakti Charu Maharaj was very happy. He was looking at him. And the Tamal Krishna, they both were actually so worried. They were very angry But at the same time, they can't control Srila Prabhupada. What he'll do. How independent is Srila Prabhupada? Can't imagine what kind of a spiritual master. Founder Acharya. Very independent. And then they both were looking at him, and then Prabhupada looked at them. Don't look. And then both looked down. This is Bhakti-Charu Maharaj said this. And then Bhakti-Charu Maharaj got worried. What if he cannot sleep in the night? And then he told his sister Pishima that, I gave him kachoris and all. And he's worried. And then the night passed, and in the morning, Prabhupada had a very nice sleep. He did not have any problem. And then he went and told Tamal Krishna Maharaj, see, he did not have any problem. So he was like, we had these wonderful dealings with each other, Bhakti-Charu Maharaj. And they were laughing. One time Kirtana Maharaj actually, Pishima, his Prabhupada's sister, Prabhupada said that, what is she going to make? Khichdi. Okay, tell her to make khichdi. And then she made a whole feast. And then Prabhupada was in front of the feast. And then Kirtana Maharaj was there. And then Kirtana Maharaj tells Prabhupada, you can't eat this. Prabhupada, you cannot have this. You cannot have this. And he was insisting. Prabhupada said, no. This is a body, set of bones. What does it matter whether I eat or not? Anyways, it's going to end. Prabhupada, no, but Prabhupada, you can't. And then again he insisted. Prabhupada said, no, it's fine. Anything, it's up to Krishna. Prabhupada got mad in the end. Again, Kirtana Maharaj insisted. We used to tell Prabhupada, no, don't do this, And then Prabhupada, in the third time, Prabhupada got very mad, very angry. He said, don't think that you know more than your spiritual master. And Kirtana Maharaj shook his head. And the next day he just left. He just couldn't take it. He just left Vrindavan to go to the west, to go to New Vrindavan. He couldn't. Prabhupada was very strong. Do not think that you know more than your spiritual master. And that's why, even for when they did the Govardhan Parikrama, and then they called the Ayurvedic doctor, the Kaviraj. Prabhupada's health started becoming better. And Kaviraj said that in the winter we'll give him something else which will make him better. So Prabhupada was gaining his health back. And then Bhakti-Charu Maharaj didn't want to actually do, he was protesting. But Tamal Krishna Maharaj said that Prabhupada was insisting, I will go to the west. I'll go to London, then I'll go to LA, then I'll go to Hawaii, and then in Hawaii I'll translate. I was thinking yesterday how much Prabhupada loved Hawaii, Yesterday I was thinking that no, whether anybody comes or not, we should go to Hawaii. Whether we want to do sense gratification. But yeah, Hawaii would be a place to go definitely. But Prabhupada actually made the whole plan. And Bhakti-Charu Maharaj was fighting, no. But then he was thinking that it is pure devotee's wish, what can we do? And then Tamal Krishna Maharaj told Prabhupada, we are fighting. We are seeing who's going to win, whether you will come to the west or you'll stay over here. And Bhakti-Charu Maharaj, no, I don't want to fight. It is Prabhupada's wish, whatever Krishna wants. And then Bhakti-Charu Maharaj left. He couldn't go because he didn't have his passport. So they left. And there's a big story how they ran, how they did stuff, how they reached London. And then Bhakti-Charu Maharaj left for Mayapur. And then Maharaj got a telegram after a few weeks, 1 week only, I think, 1 or 2 weeks. Srila Prabhupada is calling you to Vrindavan. And he was supposed to go to Hawaii because he told Bhakti-Charu Maharaj, you'll come to Hawaii, will you come and join me over there? And Bhakti-Charu Maharaj left the next day. And then his health started deteriorating again. And then the Kaviraj said that my medicine is not working anymore. So then what is the use of giving? And then Prabhupada says these things, very wonderful things. He says, Hari Shauri had obtained another detailed astrological chart on Srila Prabhupada from Delhi. This astrologer recommended a mantra to Lord Shiva to be chanted by 10 Brahmanas for 21 days. Correct? And we usually have this, right? Do this, do that. And Prabhupada so strong, he said, we have the Mahamantra, Srila Prabhupada. There is no need of others. He spoke disapprovingly of the suggestion. And then Harishauri Prabhu asked, are these astrological starts very applicable for devotees? No. Don't waste your money on astrology. You person who loves astrology. It's very nice. But Prabhupada was so strong. No other mantra, Mahamantra. That's why we don't do anything other than what Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan standards were. Introducing some or the other thing. We focus on Mahamantra. Even on Ram Navami, or whether it's, Shivratri. For others, we might do one or two things. But it has to be Mahamantra. It cannot be anything else. Prabhupada doesn't like it, So, the next one was the devotees with Srila Prabhupada found it. We'll just end with this one. The devotees with Srila Prabhupada found it very difficult to adopt his mood of looking forward to his passing away. Once during a kirtan, Upendra asked if Prabhupada wanted something to drink. When Prabhupada refused, some of the devotees began to cry, thinking that if Prabhupada didn't eat or even drink, he would not remain with them much longer. The devotees were trying to be submissively resigned to Prabhupada's will, and they accepted that his direction was more and more toward leaving. They were coming to accept it, surrounding him with kirtan and not causing him any inconvenience with their problems or demands. Whatever he wanted, they should want. But the idea of his passing away was still most unbearable. And then somebody actually mentioned, oh yes, was the combined reply of the devotees in the room. That's nice, said Srila Prabhupada. And this devotee is continuing, you are the perfect father, Srila Prabhupada, said one of the devotees. You provide everything for us. A place to live, food to eat, everything. And you've trained us in spiritual knowledge. Srila Prabhupada uttered one of his deep sounds, Then he said, chant all together. And they assembled, devotees chanted. Srila Prabhupada's eyes had been closed, but suddenly he opened them and said, Krishna wants me to do as I like. The choice is mine. Krishna has given me full freedom. These words struck some of the devotees as extremely startling and different. But Brahmananda spoke up in the mood of resigned assurance. It doesn't matter whether you live or die, Prabhupada. You always be with Krishna, and you will always be with, and we will always be with you because we will follow your instructions. Whether I live or die, Prabhupada said, I will always be Krishna's servant. So if Brahmananda has assured me that this movement will go on, then better let me die peacefully. Prabhupada was always worried, and that's why the passing away of Srila Prabhupada from this physical realm and going back home, back to Godhead is something which the devotees couldn't even tolerate. And initially when I saw this video, the final lesson, I was like, why are they videographing such kind of a thing, right? But that whole month, the whole year, for them it was all in separation. They couldn't, somebody actually mentioned in Leelamrit that the separation which they were feeling from Srila, he was giving a sense what the gopis felt for Krishna. They were always crying. They did not know what to do, what will happen after Srila Prabhupada left. And yes, we saw it was a great troublesome time. But today we see that Srila Prabhupada has blessed and is blessing the whole movement if we are sincere, if we are trying to please him and follow his instructions wholeheartedly. Yes, not to bring our own innovations, inventions to please the crowd. It's not about pleasing the crowd, Prabhupada taught again and again. It's only to please Shri Radha Madhav Hari. When they become happy, Srila Prabhupada is happy. Prabhupada was so independent. Nobody has ever seen in this whole world this kind of a personality, and never will be one like him. It's impossible. The more appreciation we have, the more we know that we are advancing in bhakti. Otherwise, it is not. It is clear as the sun, because attachment to Srila Prabhupada and to his movement will guarantee our passage to Braja Bhakti, to internal moods and pastimes of Shri Radha Govinda. It is impossible otherwise. We might end up with Radha and Krishna in another mood, but not which what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us. And that's why we are so focused on following what Srila Prabhupada has given. Maybe we are not able to follow everything. Yes, it's fine, but at least we'll follow him or nobody else. That should be the conviction. Otherwise, what is the use? What is the use? And that's why Srila Prabhupada gave his literal blood for all of us so that we can enjoy today's feast. We can enjoy today's darshan. We can enjoy this temple. We can enjoy whatever relations we have in Krishna consciousness, whatever security we have, whatever, even false ego we have that we are in this, highest of the highest. It is all because of Srila Prabhupada's mercy. Then we should always pray that we might be, useful to him in his mission to his Guru Maharaj, in serving his mission to his Guru Maharaj. That is what Radhanath Maharaj was saying again and again, that somehow or the other we push forward. Yes, and cooperate, tolerate. Very difficult to tolerate. Very difficult to tolerate. But we can try. We can try for him and not for business. Not because I want to become a position, not because I want to become famous, not because I want to become a great devotee also. Because why? Srila Prabhupada will be happy with this. Yes, Srila Prabhupada will be happy that we cooperate and we push forward together and serve Shri Radha Madhavari together. Yes, so with this we'll stop here today. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Prabhupada Tirobhav Mahamotsav ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.